This is Cycle 2, Week 2 Science, experiment number 24, Mirage, in VanCleave's book. This is a really cool experiment, and I think that the kids will enjoy it. It does take a little bit of finesse, and so I do recommend some practice. In order to set up this experiment, you need a coin. I think a quarter is a good one. Pennies I mean, would work okay, but I think the bigger the coin, the better. So if you had a silver dollar, that would probably be even more ideal. But we're poor, and I'm using the quarter. So I put the quarter in the bottom of the pan, and I put it close to the edge. Put it right up against the edge in order to set up this experiment. The purpose of this experiment is to illustrate and show in a practical way a mirage, and to show how refraction can change the apparent location of an image. We'll talk more about that at the end. But in order to set up the experiment, I start with a coin right there at the bottom. I put it against the edge of the pan. It's important that whatever you're using have solid sides, so that while I'm here and I'm looking down at the coin, I now see the coin, but I can withdraw. I could change my position relative to the coin and to the pan pot, so that now I don't see the coin anymore. It's just barely the edge of the coin is visible to me right there. And now as I pull back, the edge of the coin is gone. So we're going to then change it. We're going to create a mirage. To do that, we're going to use water. So I have a big pitcher of water. Lovely assistant, it is time for you to move behind my shoulder. So let's lean forward so we can all see the coin. And then we're going to draw back so the coin is just barely not visible to us anymore. All right, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now I'm going to add water. It's important when you add the water to the pan that you don't pour it near the coin. Pour it away from the coin. Pour it here, like this, and then we pour empty, fill up the pans, and then we'll get the water to stop moving here. And now I can very clearly see the edge of the coin. Even though I'm really not looking at the coin, what I'm actually seeing now is a mirage. It's an image of the coin. This effect is caused by the addition of the water. The addition of the water changes the direction of the light that's being reflected from the coin. So the light of the room that's shining down into the pan bounces off the coin and onto my eyes, and that's how we see it. But when we move the coin just out of sight, and now we add the water to it, now the light rays that are being bounced off the coin are being refracted. They're being bent. The angle of it's being changed, and so that's what creates the mirage. So I appear to see the coin, even though in a new place. The coin appears to move out away from the wall, even though it's not really there. And all that's caused by the water that's added. I do think that you need about a pan that's about this size, so a couple of inches of water will make sure the effect is very clear and very easy to see. But this is a good one that all of the students can do. It relates very well to our study of the skies and of heavenly bodies, because at sunrise and sunset, we can see the rays of the sunlight. So after the sun has set, or before the sun actually rises above the horizon, we're still able to see some sunlight. And we're able to see that because of the presence of the atmosphere. So as the rays of the sun, after it drops below the horizon or before it comes above the horizon, they're coming at the earth, and they're being refracted and bent by the earth's atmosphere as they're traveling past the earth, and then we as observers sitting on the surface of the earth can see it. A very good illustration of the mirage. This is Cycle 2, Week 2 Science, experiment number 24, Mirage, in VanCleave's book.